below zero hits us in life. Built for the cold, you say that ain't right. Too cold for the average Joe, just right for those who hear the show. In the image of greatness you were made, but taught by the world to be played. A new generation, we're building. No victims, we're creating. Them haters, keep hating, cause Gen Zero, we blazing. You ever hear the phrase that we're a cumulative sum of our life choices? Welcome to Ice Cold Resilience. Today I want to cover exactly how to handle and understand life from a standpoint of the wisdom we can gain, right? You don't have to be a believer, but Solomon, right? If you remember the character Solomon, for those of you that know the Bible, he had everything you could ever ask for, the riches, the women, the wealth, like everything. He had everything. But when given the option to ask God for something, what did he ask for? He asked for wisdom. Wisdom leads to all sorts of things that actually help your soul, help your spirit, help you actually in the face of things that might happen in life, not turn you into choices, right? Because there's two ways wisdom's going to come about, right? It's going to be wisdom from the life that happens to you, right? And the choices that you decide to make. Life could be what? Here, I'll give you different things that I've seen and experienced in my life from being around environments where a lot of my peers and friends were doing drugs to a lot of different debt from different businesses and things to extreme doubt in myself, just things that didn't go as planned, relationships that didn't go as planned, right? Absolute despair. There were critical times in my early adulthood where it's just like I lost people to suicide, to death, to, I mean, you name it. It was like girlfriends breaking up with me, there was just a lot. I just remember it. I remember it so vividly that time in my life, even like losing mentors that who had passed away. One actually passed away, unfortunately, in a motorcycle accident at 24, right? There's things that you just don't really know how to process. All right, I'm gonna put death here. And you don't really quite know how to understand it unless you kind of have obviously been through it before or know someone who has, or you've read about it. And most of the time, we're probably not going to proactively read about how to handle these things until they actually happen to us. But death, demoralized, right? I could put more D's here. List goes on and on, right? So as life happens to you, who do you become through the face through it? Because how you respond to life, not what happens to you, it's what happens through you. Do you actually use it as learning lessons and tools to help other people? Or do now we start to become the sum of our negative choices? Here's the thing with choices. You can either make good choices, you can make okay choices, you can make bad choices. This is the one you want to avoid at all costs. Critical choices. Critical choices will set your life back by 5 to 10 years. What's a critical choice? Deciding to get drunk and drive and then you kill someone. What's another critical choice? Maybe it's getting so involved in drugs, unfortunately, that I lost a friend, unfortunately, to an opioid overdose. That's obviously very critical. It cost him his life, but there's different things, right, that are so critical. It's going to drastically change your life trajectory and put it, if you're on a decent path, you make one critical choice, it will set you down the wrong path for like 10 years that you may not ever recover. The people that I see get past, they maybe have made one critical choice, but it took them a journey. It took them a journey to recover. Had they not had that critical choice made, they would be a lot further ahead. That's just the reality of it. So there's critical choices, there's bad choices, there's okay choices, there's good choices. I'm going to go outside the box. And there's excellent choices. I don't know why I put it outside, it's just for the sake of my drawing. But excellent choices, there's something about them that circumvents all the other kind of choices you can make. Because it's actually, instead of just being a net positive where it's like, hey, you did good instead of doing bad, you exponentially did way better than versus an okay choice you made. It's like 10x of an okay choice, 5x of a good choice. What are excellent choices? Choices that feed your soul, right? We talk about the depth of life experience. Sometimes it's not how many breaths you take when you're talking about your life. I recently had an almost near death experience, and I think it's just put my life on a whole different purpose and motivation and drive that I've never experienced. I've gotten closer to God during that time. That's just my personal story. You don't have to have my faith. But it's not how many breaths you have in your life. It's how many moments in life actually take your breath away. And those come the more you're doing things in your life that are actually soul building, right? Building who you are, like the person that no one else sees, the heart that you have. No one can see what's inside. Who is that person? Only you know. Okay. But that actually contributes in the middle to having wisdom. Wisdom, and this is not like any official like Webster's dictionary or anything I got from a book. Wisdom in my mind, when I'm looking at how I look at life, is the ability to take experiences and use it for the good of others. I'll say it one more time. It's the ability to take all the things that have happened to us in life, culminated with all the different choices we have made, and using all those experiences to go help and serve other people so that they can avoid the mistakes you've made. They can see the perspectives of what you saw had you had different choices and experiences early on. There's also something called borrowed wisdom, right? Some of the smartest, most forward-thinking people I know don't just learn from their own choices and life experiences. They actually choose to learn from the experiences and life choices of other people further ahead of them. It's called borrowed wisdom. When you have borrowed wisdom and you absorb it, you can almost live multiple lifetimes in a conversation. It's why it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. I don't care if the guy I'm talking to at the gym is 65 or if he's 18. I can have a conversation. Why? Because I want to add to my cumulative life experience, and not just of my life, but all the life of all the people around me, because it actually helps me make better decisions. It helps me have wisdom behind my decisions so I can see the different paths that this one path may take me based off of what the culmination of everyone else's experience has been. It just allows us to live deeper in our life and allows us to evaluate way more opportunities, way more relationships, and just gives us more perspective. Because when you change the way you look at things, and especially your life, the things you look at might actually change. And that's what I want to give you guys today is how to leverage life experiences, try to culminate way better, excellent choices than anything else. Do not make the critical, because the critical choices will set you back by 10 years, and use all of it to gain wisdom. Because then you're going to live a life that others aspire to. You're going to be an inherent leader, not only in your life, but everyone in your family, your friends, people are going to see it and people are going to want to follow you. Hope that helps. We'll see you on the next one.
This is where winners learn to be great. Built for the cold, you say? That damn straight. The lessons, the love, the insights from above. Hope you take them and grow, even with another cup of Joe. Thank you for dropping in and listening to the show.